Hello friends. Sometimes exactly what we need for our evening is a lovely yoga stretch. So that is exactly what this class is about. If you're feeling like you need to reset your day and move into something fresher for the rest of your evening, or maybe you just want a nice and deep yoga stretch, then this yoga class is for you. We're going to come into some really juicy yoga stretches that will get you feeling in tune with your body in a really gentle way. I hope that you enjoy this video, and would you please support my channel by pressing the subscribe button below or pressing the like button. It really actually helps. Let's get to it. Begin by coming into a comfortable seat. Make sure that your feet are pressing down actively into your mat and that you're doing the same with your hips. Then take your hands onto your legs. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and start to breathe into your belly and into your chest. Let the breath flow in and out in a rhythm. As you inhale, imagine that your spine is lengthening upwards. Imagine yourself reaching out through the top of your head. As you exhale, relax your shoulders and your neck. Take 5 more breaths here. Extending on the inhale. And relaxing the neck and the shoulders on the exhale. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take a better grip on your knees. And as you inhale, lift your belly and your chest forward. As you exhale, round your back behind you and tuck your chin down. Take 4 more rounds of breath like that. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Become aware of the shape of your spine and how it changes as you move. And take 1 more round like this. After you exhale, come back to a neutral position, and as you breathe in, sweep your arms up. Imagine that you're reaching a little bit taller and extending up as tall as you can. Keep the height in your spine and simply drop your arms down and relax your shoulders as you exhale. So you're finding length here. Inhaling up, doing the same thing. Reaching, reaching, reaching. And exhaling, softening those shoulders and the arms down. 1 more round like that. Breathing in. Breathing out. As you inhale, sweep your arms up again. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Reach your right arm over to the left side. Find the stretch in the right side of your body and breathe into your whole right flank. Exhale, extend a little deeper. 2 more breaths here. Inhale to extend up. Exhale over to the other side. 2 breaths here. Or 3 breaths here, rather. Inhale to lift up. And from here, bring your hands through to your heart center. And then take your hands onto your shoulders and draw circles with your elbows to massage into the shoulder joint, to massage into your rotator cuffs. Just notice how your body feels as we're slowly warming it up with movement, and rotate the other way. And just check in with what you're working with today. And take a big breath in, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, just extend your arms out in front of you. I'll turn to the side so you can see me better. And from here, we're going to walk our hands as far as we can. And I'd like you to completely relax your spine forward. Curl it all the way down. Let your arms flop down on the floor. Find a stretch in your lower back. Once you've found that stretch, draw your chin down, relax your neck and your shoulders, and take 3 breaths into the lower back. After your exhale, walk your hands up. And from here, we're going to bring our right shin parallel to the top of the mat. We're going to bring our left knee onto the left side of our mat. And our left foot kind of pokes out to the left side of the mat too. From here, what I'd like you to do is to bring your hands out in front of you. It's normal for your left hip to be lifted, by the way. And I'd like you to bring your left shoulder over the top of your right knee. And then lower yourself down until you feel a nice stretch in your right glute and the right side of your body. If you can't feel it when you come down into this position, walk your hands slightly over to the right side, to your left side rather, keeping nice and low until you find a nice stretch in that right leg. Hold here and take 5 breaths. And see if on the inhale you get the sensation that you're breathing into where you feel the stretch. And on the exhale, see if you can find and feel the sensation of relaxing the muscle where you feel the stretch. After your 5th exhale, press yourself up slowly. To change sides, we're going to take our left knee up and place it down towards the back of our mat. So now we're facing backwards. And our left shin, our tibia, is parallel to the top of the mat. And the right shin is sitting on the edge of now the right side of our mat as we face backwards. Once again, bring your right shoulder over the top of your left knee and lower yourself down to find the stretch in your left glute. If you need to adjust and slide your torso over to the right side, do so. But try to find that stretch that feels good for your body and hold there, breathing into it, inhaling into the space and exhaling to soften the space where you feel the stretch for 5 breaths. One more breath here. After your final exhale, press yourself up to a vertical position. And from here, bring your feet together into a diamond shape. For this stretch, I'd like you to draw your feet closer towards your groin. Wrap your hands around your ankles. Inhale to lift your belly and your chest up and forward to straighten your spine. And as you exhale, press your arms down into your legs as you fold yourself forward and you find the stretch in the groin area. Relax your head and your shoulders and take 3 breaths here. Very gently press into your feet to lift yourself up tall. Cross your ankles over and come onto your hands and your knees. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Then step your right leg back, stretching into your hamstring. Step your left leg back to come into a plank and begin by lifting your back up and through your shoulder blades so that you're nice and lifted rather than collapsed down. Keep lifting up, draw your chin in and think of lengthening out through the top of your head. Take 5 breaths here. Take 1 more deep breath in. As you exhale, shift up onto the tips of your toes and bend at the elbows to lower yourself down, keeping your elbows close to your rib cage as you do so. Press your feet flat into the floor. Inhale to lift your chest up off the ground and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a breath in and exhale, hold here. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Think of reaching your chest forward every time you inhale. And think of squeezing the shoulders together every time you exhale. After the second exhale, lower yourself down. Draw those toes under and inhale up into a plank before exhaling back into your downward facing dog. To stretch more into your hamstrings here, bend your knees left to right. We call this walking the dog on the spot. Just notice which hamstring feels tighter today. Broaden your shoulders and your arms wide and away from your neck. And after your next exhale, come to a still position. And as you breathe in, lift your hips and your heels up, reaching your buttocks up as tall as you can. As you exhale, press into your arms, draw your heels to your mat, and send your hips back. Let's repeat that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your heels up, reach your buttocks up. Exhale, press into your hands, draw your heels down, send your hips back. Take 1 more round of breath like that. Inhale, lift your left leg up, press the heel back behind you, and try to straighten your left leg. Exhale, step your left foot to the front of your mat. Drop your back knee to the floor. Come up onto the fingertips and inhale to lift your chest up and to reach it forward. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together here. As you exhale, sink your hips down to find the stretch in your right thigh. Take 3 rounds of breath like that. Inhaling, reaching the chest forward. Exhaling, sinking the hips down, squeezing the shoulders together. When you're ready, flatten your hands out onto the floor, lift the back knee up off the mat, and from here, come up onto your fingertips and have a go at lifting the right foot to the central part of your mat, like so, and coming up onto your right tiptoes. Then see if you can lift your right leg up off the ground and press the heel of that right foot back behind you. Have a go at lifting up onto the second and third fingers on your hands, and just focus on pressing down into that left foot and the left heel as you press your right heel back behind you. Take 3 deep breaths here. Feel your body weight draw down into that left foot. Try and lift your right leg up higher for this last breath. And then drop your right foot to the floor, pointing the toes of the right foot out at 45 degrees. Bend the front knee and lift yourself up. From here, take your hands onto your hips. Ground down into your feet as you exhale. Then breathe into your belly and into your chest. And as you exhale, relax the tops of your shoulders down. Tilt at your hips and fold yourself over a straightened left leg. Depending on how tight your hamstring is, will determine how low you come into this stretch. So don't push it to a point where you feel pain. Rather, take it to a space where you're feeling something that feels like a nice stretch. Take 3 deep breaths here. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Good, then bend your front knee. Step your right foot to the top of the mat. Fold yourself down. Take your hands to your thighs. Inhale for a halfway lift. Straightening the arms, straightening the legs. Bend your knees and exhale to fold down. Plant your hands onto the floor. Step back into your plank. Lift the space between your shoulders up and through your shoulder blades. As you exhale, again, pivot forward onto your toes and bend the elbows, keeping them close to your body as you lower down. Inhale into your cobra, pressing your feet down, reaching your chest forward, and hold here as you exhale and squeeze your shoulders together. Take 2 more breaths here. Lower yourself down. Inhale up into a plank. Exhale back into your downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your hips and your heels up again. Exhale to press into your hands, drive your heels down and send your hips back. Take 2 more rounds of breath like that. Take a moment to pause now and notice if your left hamstring is feeling more open than your right hamstring. If you don't know what a hamstring is, it's the muscles in the back of your leg. So notice if those feel more open seeing as we've stretched that left side already. When you're ready, inhale to lift your right leg up. Press the heel back behind you to create a nice straight right leg. Then exhale to step the right foot to the top of the mat. Drop the left knee to the floor. Come up onto your right fingertips and your left fingertips. Inhale to lift your chest up and to reach it forward. Exhale to drop your hips down and to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. After that third exhale, I think we did 3 in total, lift the back knee up off the floor and step the back foot to the halfway point in the mat, coming up onto your tiptoes. Draw your hands forward and lift your left leg up off the floor, pressing the left heel back behind you. See if you can lift up onto the second and third finger of both of your hands. And for 3 breaths, focus on the weight as it draws down into your right leg and the pressing back of that left heel. After that third exhale, drop your left foot to the floor. Keep the toes pointing out at 45 degrees. Bend the front knee and lift yourself up. Take your hands onto your hips. Exhale to relax your shoulders and to press down firmly into both feet. As you breathe in, inhale into your belly and into your chest. As you breathe out, reach them both forward and lower down until you find a stretch in that right hamstring. Once you've found that stretch, relax your neck and your shoulders and take 5 deep breaths in and out here. After you've exhaled, bend that front knee, press into your front foot and lift yourself up, taking a breath in. To exhale, step your left foot forward, then fold yourself down. Hands onto the thighs, inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and fold yourself down. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath like that. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. And again. Plant your hands down onto the floor. From here we're going to step back into a plank, and instead of following through into our cobra, we're going to take a deep breath in, drop your right heel down and sweep your left arm up. Do your best to bring your right foot, that bottom leg's foot, flat onto the floor, as though you're trying to grip into the ground. Lift your left arm up. Take 3 deep breaths here. Try to draw the muscles on the undercarriage of your belly, which is your obliques here. Draw them together. This will help you lift up higher. After that third exhale, take that left hand, bring it down onto the floor and change sides. Bringing your left foot as flat onto the floor as you can and sweeping your right arm up. Hold for 3 breaths. Sweep your right arm down after the exhale. And from here, come into your last downward facing dog. Bend your knees left to right. And stretch into your hamstrings. See if you can find some stillness now, grounding into your hands, grounding into your feet, closing your eyes, and take 5 deep breaths in and out here to check in with your body. Try to slow your breathing down a little bit. Relax your neck and your shoulders. After that 5th exhale, roll yourself forward into a plank. Drop your knees to the mat. Bring your feet together. Gently bring your hips back towards your heels. Extend your arms and lower yourself down into a child's pose. Take 5 breaths here. And this time I'd like us to focus on something a little different. I want you to imagine that with each exhale, you're sinking your entire body down into the ground. Imagine that you're melting down into your mat. Softening with each exhale. After your 5th exhale, lift yourself up, cross your ankles over, and come all the way onto your back. Scoot your hips towards your heels, and gently roll your spine down onto the mat. Find some comfortable way of lying down. Bring one hand onto your belly, one hand onto your chest. And let's take a few breaths here to sink down, to soften. And to tune into how the breath feels as it flows into our body and flows out. Notice the weight of your limbs on the floor. And see if you can get your whole body to relax just 5% more with each exhale. Take one final deeper breath here. And gently wriggle your fingers and your toes. Inhale to stretch your limbs in both directions. Exhale to roll yourself over onto your side before making your way up to a comfortable seat. Take your hands onto your lap or onto your thighs. And take 3 more breaths here, tuning into how you feel. Thank you very much for joining me for that evening practice. I hope that you enjoyed the class, and if you did, it really helps my channel grow if you press the like button and the subscribe button. I hope to see you again. Have a lovely evening. Namaste. If you enjoyed that class, then you might like to start your day with this class. You can press on that video now or to save it for later.